Didn't you have to do Hell Week 3 times?
Yeah, so
why?
How that happened was, once again, this is where the war really began.
Okay.
So now I'm in SEAL training, and I'm like almost in awe, because I'm like, my God, I'm around the baddest men on the planet from what I thought back then. But once you are able to get in the doors, you realize they're just fucking men. And that's when I realized, okay, this is good for me to see, man. They're fucking like me. I had to work a little harder to get here, but now that I'm on the same playing field as them, let's fucking go to war, guys. So how it happened was, there was a guy there at the command officer of Buds was Captain Bowen. He was an old crusty Vietnam vet, and he had a different way of doing shit. And basically, no matter where you're at in training, if you failed something, he was going to roll you back to day 1, week 1. We had guys who were 2 weeks from graduation, 6-month program, that got rolled back to day 1, week 1. They didn't have to go through Hell Week again, but they got rolled back to phase 1, day 1 of phase 1, but they skipped Hell Week. For me, I got rolled back in first phase 3 times. First phase where Hell Week is at. And how it happened was, since I was a reservist, that also fucked me.
Okay.
So I had a double fuck on my ass. So basically, Hell Week was, I think, the 3rd or 4th week when I was going through. And it starts on Sunday, ends on Friday. I get there, and I had fucked up shin splints, stress fractures, double pneumonia. So I get rolled back to day 1, week 1. And I got to start Hell Week again. I didn't complete that Hell Week. So now I get to my second class, day 1, week 1. I'm going through. I get through Hell Week, happy as shit. But when I was in Hell Week, I actually broke my kneecap. And I'm thinking, I'm not getting rolled again, dude. And I really talk about this really good in the book, but I'll go through the highlights here. So I'm toughing it out. Like, I'm gonna go through Buds with a fucking broken knee. And my stress fractures are on fucking fire. But I'm going through. So now I have to do this, we had this knot tying test after Hell Week, and you gotta tread water. And when you're treading with a broken kneecap, and I'm negative buoyant, so I'm using everything to stay up. And you gotta go down and tie your knots. My kneecap is going in and out, and I'm like, fucking so, I talk about this in the book. So now I'm up on the pool deck, and I talk about it good, whatever. But here we are now, I realize now I can't get through this. Like, my knee now from that pool session is like fucking a basketball. So I realize, I go back, they x-ray and say, look, man, your shit's done. Your patella is done. So I now go in to Captain Bowen, and I don't want to get rolled again. And Captain Bowen looks at me and says, basically, we're going to let you come back. Captain Bowen and another guy, this other guy that I don't even mention, kind of like wants me to mention him. If it wasn't for this guy, I want to miss his name so bad. You know what I'm talking about, but I want to miss his name so bad. He actually talked to him a couple months ago. This is the guy that made this happen. He broke rules, I believe, to make this happen. Okay. Because I wasn't supposed to come back for a 3rd time. Okay. Like, this is like inhumane. In 1 year, go through another Hell Week. So I'm sitting there in front of Captain Bowen, and Captain Bowen's like, look, man, we're gonna let you come back in class 235. This is class 231. With a broken kneecap, look it up, man. Like, that's not a lot of time.
That's what I'm thinking.
So this was in May. I classed up again in January. I have stress fractures. Stress fractures don't heal that quick, man. Especially when you beat them up. So I had that much time to heal, and that's it. My last time to go through Navy SEAL training. So I come back, and I'm now in my 3rd Hell Week. We had a guy die in my 3rd Hell Week from pulmonary edema. As you know, San Diego gets fucking cold, especially in February, March. That water temperature, the Pacific is never warm. He ended up dying. So I get to, and so Hell Week ended on Thursday morning because he died. Okay. So it ended about 30 hours early. But what happened with me was, as I said, Hell Week starts on Sunday. Usually you don't swell up until about Wednesday. My body said, oh shit, man, we're back. On Monday, 24 hours into it, man, I'm the Pillsbury Doughboy. My stress fractures, I'm blown up. So I'm going through Hell Week like fucking done. But I'm like, I can't quit. This is my last time going through. I can't get rolled. So I get through Hell Week, and this is where the shit gets fucking evil, man. This is where I start to click into something. When your mind, this is this whole 40% rule shit I talk about all the time that I made up a long time ago. I started making it up through pain.
Tell them what that is as you go.
So basically the 40% rule is I am a strong believer that we quit. Because why? How the fuck does a 297-pound cockroach guy who quit on everything is now considered one of the baddest men on the planet? How is that possible? It means I had to change one thing, my mindset. So there's no way in hell that was in me, but that guy was in me. It wasn't like God came down here and said, hey, guess what, man? You're a fat ass, but I'm gonna now make you a badass. I'm gonna miracle this shit to be a badass.